Happy day to all of you who are accountable and courageous enough to take charge of creating their own happy life. In our journey understanding our own happiness, we already started by visualizing it with all its details, recording it, and recording our sense of happiness before and after the visualization. Before we continue, I have got a comment and a question that are interesting to share. One asking, how is this going to help us? And the other is saying, isn't it childish, lame, naive even to daydream at our age? Well, now let me ask you this. How are you going to create happiness if you don't know what exactly it is? How are you going to produce a product that you don't know its details down to its most boring ones? Let me put it in another way. If you go to a restaurant to order a meal, what do? You open the menu and then you go down checking the details of the options they have. And the more details, the better choice you're gonna make. And if there's a picture, that's even better. And how about nutritional facts? That will even make it more informed, wouldn't it? Now the waiter comes in, and what many of us do, we even customize our order more. Now, is your meal more important than your happiness? Well, maybe it is. If so, I don't know what you're doing here. But for those who are willing to take responsibility and be honest and sincere with themselves, let's move on with our next step. Now, there's a list of questions that we need to answer honestly, sincerely, and authentically with ourselves. The first question is, how bad do we really want each of these details? Sometimes we think we do want it that bad, but our actions, behavior, thoughts, decisions, choices reflect the other way around. Sometimes we think it's a priority, but in reality, we don't treat it as a priority. And here comes the second question that will make it even clearer. What is the price you're willing to pay? What is the compromise or sacrifice that you are willing to make? Now, as we will later learn in one of the You Have Been Misinformed series, that there's nothing free in this world. Everything has a price. Whatever your happiness details are, there is a price that you will need to make and pay. There is a sacrifice, there is a compromise you are going to make. Are you willing to do that? What are those sacrifices? So maybe your happiness will mean you will delay marrying for a while or having kids for a while, or the other way around, that you will want to have a family because that's a value and a very important detail of your happiness. So you will actually speed it up. Comes the third question. What's holding you back? Why can't you live it right now? All the reasons that you can think of, write them down and reflect on them very well. And take your time reflecting on them. Now comes the fourth question. Let's categorize those reasons into two categories, controllable and uncontrollable. And my way of defining it is, if it's gonna take resources, time, efforts, authority and power that I don't have or afford right now or within a year, then it's out of my control. It's uncontrollable. For example, changing countries' laws, changing a corporate strategy, or culture, or rules, or restrictions, out of my control for now, unless I'm an executive and I do have the power and authority and influence to trigger the change within a year. Now, changing other people, that's always out of my control. That's always and forever out of my control. You cannot change anyone. You cannot. Full stop. What's in my control is everything that relates to me. My health, my lifestyle, my financials, my priorities, my thoughts, my feelings, my behavior, my decisions, my choices, my role and responsibilities in any relationship, be it family, be it friends, be it business, but I cannot control the other person's roles and responsibilities, or the other person's behavior or feelings or thoughts. And once we're done, comes the fifth question. What do I need to start making changes towards my happiness? It means resources. Who do I need to help me? What kind of help do I need? What tools, what skills do I need to get certified in certain areas? Investments, some counseling, logistics. What do I need, resources wise? Now comes the fun. The sixth question. What can I do right now to be happy? From all of these reasons that I can control, from all the resources that I need, what can I use? How can I break that into actions, tasks, a list of actions and tasks, from the easiest to the hardest, the fastest to the ones that will take longer, that I can do today and right now to feel happier. The very simple, very effective rule that you can use to start taking actions right now. If you think it's hard, if you think it's difficult, if you think it's not doable, if you don't feel up to it, all you need to do is do one. All you need to do is just do one. One of the tasks, one of the list, one of the actions, no matter what it is. If it means exercising, just do one push-up. And when you're done, do one more. And when you're done, do one more, until you have nothing left in you to do anymore. Now, our final question is, what I will not do, what I will stop doing right now to be happier. Now. Not listen to the news right now. I will not listen to sad songs right now. I will not write a negative comment on a post. I will not talk to myself negatively. I will not smoke that cigarette now. I will put it for later, and later I will put it for later, and later I will put it for later, and so on. And we will work on these questions and answers, and we'll start taking actions, the right now, what I can do right now and stop doing right now, for 1 week. And then we'll do one more. And until our next time, I would love to hear your comments, feedback, questions in the comments or in messages. And let's understand ourselves better to create our happiness, one happy moment at a time.